voulais vous remercier pour toutes les manques de sympathie. C'est un coup dur pour ma famille et moi. Il était toujours heureux, il souriait, il riait, il faisait toujours des blagues. Je voulais aussi dire que un de mes plans, c'est de faire une fondation au nom de Mika. Je voudrais aussi que tous ces projets continuent parce qu'il avait beaucoup de projets et beaucoup de projets. Je me souviens une fois, on était en Haïti ensemble chez Mamie et il a demandé à la servante d'aller acheter du thym pour lui. Et puis la servante est revenue et puis elle a dit pas de thym. Et puis mon papa a dit pas de thym, gardons thym. Je sais qu'il va nous manquer tous. Et je voulais remercier ma famille et tout le monde qui est ici. Merci d'être venu pour mon papa. Je vous aime.
That is one good-looking bunch of people. Thank you all so much for coming. Thank you for all the positive energy. Thank you for all the support and all the prayers. If there's one thing Mika and I believe in is positivity and prayers, and that always helps. So I was supposed to write a speech, tell you about my husband, but I think you guys already have an idea of who he was. I can tell you he was full of joy, full of laughter. I can tell you he was a hard worker. He's a dedicated musician, but you guys already knew that. So I thought I would give you guys a little inside scoop to how we met and we started dating. He really wasn't my type at first. So my cousin Kaolan had a birthday party and he was a, hi baby, and he was a performer there. And you know, he had a name, and that's family. She's too good for you, it's not happening. So in the middle of the conversation, my name came up. So now he had a name. So he was like, okay. So then he called the person who hosted the party and he said, hey, I'm gonna send you a picture. Her name is Vanessa. I think it's Fanfan. Do you know her? Do you have her number? So Carl was like, yeah, I can get you in touch with her. So Carl called, it's Fanfan. Do you know her? Do you have her number? So Carl was like, yeah, I can get you in touch with her. So Carl called me. Hey, I have somebody who wants your number. Can I give it to them? But he doesn't want me to tell you who it is. I was like, hell no. And I was like, well, what's the big secret? Why does the person not want me to know who it is? Like, what is that about? That's absolutely not. And so in my mind, that was that. But I guess Mika, why does the person not want me to know who it is? Like, what is that about? That's absolutely not. And so in my mind, that was that. But I guess Mika just kept on harassing Carl, and Carl kept harassing me. So I got all kinds of bribes. Listen, I'm gonna take you to the Versace house. Let's go have dinner. We can talk about this. Can I give him your number though? No. So finally I gave in. He suggested we do a group chat on WhatsApp. And he said, you know, if anything, you can just block him if you don't like him. I was like, Caucasian, if that's going to get you off my back, do the group chat. So he did the group chat, and he said, Vanessa, Mikael, Vanessa. And I was like, well, hello. Mikael, who? Do you have a last name? And he was like, Benjamin. I was like, LOL. I was like, you could have just said so. My attitude would have been the same. So we briefly talked. I was not in a place in my life where I was looking for anything. So even though the conversations were short, hey, how's your day? It's good. What are you doing this week? You coming to Miami? No, not really. You know, he never gave up. So he let a week go by, and he'd hit me with a, hey, just thought of you. Are you in Miami? No. Until one day he told me a joke, and honestly, I don't even remember which joke it was. And I was like, oh, you're kind of funny. You can make me laugh. And then from there, we started talking every single day. And that lasted a good 7 to 8 months. And I never had to see him, but he became part of my daily routine. If I'm at work and I'm having a bad day and I don't talk to Mika, it was a problem, not just for me, but for him. Because then I started to get so attached to him, and I was like, wait a minute. I thought we were just trying to be friends, so what is that? So, right. So I went down to Miami, and we finally met. And he's like, oh, I have a performance. I want to take you with me. Would you do me the honor of coming with me? I said, okay. So we went. We had a good time. And he said, oh, we have to fly to New York tomorrow, Tilio and I. So do you mind if I leave my stuff in your truck? I was like, sure. He's like, it's not that much. I said, yeah, no problem. You know, by that time, I like him, you know. I'm feeling him. He's nice. He makes me laugh. And quite frankly, I couldn't go a whole day without talking to him. So they loaded up the truck. And I mean, they loaded up my truck. And a couple things was, I have a 4Runner, guys. The truck was full. So I called him. I said, oh, it was more than a couple things, you know. What if I had to go do something with my truck? Like, you kind of, that's a little sumun, a little bit. I mean, and he was like, so of course he put it on Tilion's back. Well, Tilion said, I didn't need to travel with all that if you were going to be here when we come back, so we thought it would be okay. Yeah, and then he said, oh, by the way, my shirt was too sweaty, so it was wet. Do you mind picking it up and doing the laundry? So quickly, I thought to myself, maybe I'm not that into him. So I went back to my cousin's house, Frankie, and I said, you know, this man had the nerves to ask me to do his laundry? I mean, we had one kiss. And Frankie said, listen, if you want to do his laundry, that's fine, because I'm about to go do laundry, but I can tell you what. You are not washing his underwear with my clothes. So when he came back, I did do the laundry. I did it. But when he came back, I couldn't wait to give him a piece of my mind. And I remember Tilion saying, "Ah, Mika, ça va manger avec fouette, non?" And on my way home, I called him and I told him, I don't think this is going to work out. First of all, you travel too much. I like the boring life. I want to be home, have kids, go to the park, go to the movies, the simple life. You want to travel, you want to have your fans. I don't think that's the life for me. This man told me, let me tell you something. You're my last stop. And he said, you seem to have an on-off switch that I don't have, but I'm going to need you to figure it out and leave that switch on.